Alright, real estate finance. Okay, basically they talk about doing loans, right? 怎么去做房产贷款。Typically, conventional loan is you have 20% down, you borrow 80% from the bank. Okay, 首付20%， okay, 你借款80%。Okay, leverage. What does it mean by leverage? Okay, when you buy a house, okay, that costs you 500,000. Okay, 50万买一个房子，全新金。Okay, there's no leverage. You can only buy one house. Okay, if you have the finances, okay, you say I want 20% down, and you could buy 5 houses. Okay, why can you buy 5 houses? Each one has 20% down. You only have 100,000, right? Times 5. You get 5 loans, right? 5 loans at 400,000. So you're borrowing what? $2 million from the bank, right? With your 500,000 down payment. So this is called leverage. Okay. But if this house goes up 100,000, right, in value, it becomes 600. Okay. Let's say in 5 years, right? You got one house, you make 100 grand. Okay. But if you have 5 houses, you make half a mil. Okay. 你可以赚50万，每一栋10万块。Okay. So this is called leverage. Okay. 你用银行的钱 ，okay, 来去赚钱。This is what we call OPM, right? Other people's money. Okay. 用别人的钱来赚你自己的钱 ，okay? OPM. Yeah. Other people's money. Okay, OPM. Other people's money. 外人的钱。Okay. Okay, hypothecation. What does that mean? To hypothecate is to provide title, right, to property as security without giving up the possession. Okay, 这是抵押自己的房子来借款。啊 ？Yeah. That's the trustee. Okay, interest rate will remain low. Okay, enabling more affordable home purchase. Okay. 这个利息越低的话 ，OK， 越多人买房子。Okay, right now it's still below 5%. Okay, 现在还低于5%. Okay. Alright, let's talk about promissory note. To borrow money from a bank to buy a house, you need 2 things. Number 1 is called an IOU, right? This is a promissory note. Okay, 借款书. Number 2, you need a collateral. Collateral, okay? That is called the trustee in California, okay? Trustee is not a deed, it's a collateral, okay? 它这个名称 deed 是产权证 ，okay? 但是它不是产权证，它是一个抵押书 ，okay? This word trustee, okay? Now, on the test, they will have a trick question, okay? The followings are all deeds except. Okay, 那所有上面都是产权证 ，OK？ 只有一个不是，不是就是 trustee， That's not a deed. Okay, they will have an answer for you. Okay, and it's called a trustee deed. Okay. There's no D. Okay. Trustee, trustee. Okay, deed. Okay, that's a deed given to the buyer when they buy a foreclosed home. OK， 买主买这个拍卖屋的话，他会收到一个叫 trustee deed。OK， 这个是产权证。OK，but a trustee is not a deed, it's a collateral. OK， 这个名称 trustee 是个抵押书，不是产权证。OK，so the word deed here is very confusing. OK， so they use this confusion to give you a trick question. Okay, so remember that. Okay, trust deed is not a deed; it's a collateral. Okay, to do the loan. All right, so remember that. All right, different types of promissory note. A straight note, interest only. Okay， 普通的借款书，这是你叫历史的。Okay, payment in full on due date. OK， 到时候的话，你要还那个本。Installment note with the balloon，OK， 它分期的 ，OK， 最后也是要付清那个本。Fully amortized note，that's when you have equal payments，right？ Equal monthly payments， 每一个月这个付款都是一样的，然后你最后都付清了 ，OK，until pay in full. Okay, so the payment include what? Principal and interest, P&I. Okay, 你每个月付这个 payment 的话，里面含那个本跟利息。Okay, in the beginning, a lot of interest. Okay, at the end, a lot of principal. Okay, 刚开始的时候，你全部是付利息。Okay, 后面的话，你全部付这个本。所以银行先赚你这个利息。
那可以这种付吗？就本跟利一起。
对啊，通常都是一起付。
如果你先付利，那不是亏了？
就是啊，所以银行赚你钱啊。
那你可以选你贷款可以选的。
不可以选。
先付利再付本。
不是，它是一起付，但是它这个利就多很多。So, give you an example. The first payment is $2,000, right? Typically, 80% of it, okay, 1,800 is the interest. $200 is the principal. So the bank makes the money first. Okay? 他先收你这个利息，多收，所以他先赚那个钱。我不懂。一样嘛，他先多收你这个利息嘛。你每一个月都是两千 ，OK？
你是同一个月没钱的怎么办？
不是，你付几年你不用他了，他先要赚你。
对啊，银行先抓住你这个。
我这个月的example就是我的这个月的本金要付1000，利息要付1000。然后那我总共是要付2000这个月。
对。
然后你说为什么先收利息是什么意思啊？我还是不太懂。
不是。
那这不是同时收利息跟本金吗？
对啊，同时啊。Okay, it goes like this. Okay. So your principal, right? I mean your lease, it goes like that. Okay. In the beginning, right, is 1,800. Okay. 然后呢，你30年之后呢，这是 zero. Okay. And then your principal starts at $200. Okay. But at the end, it's going to approach 1,800 or 2,000, right? Okay. So first month 2,000. Okay. 60 months later, it's still 2,000, right? 都是2000块。OK， 最后一天也是大概2000。OK，but 银行是赚你这个1800，他是拿利息比较高的 ，OK。
利息高，
一个月你就付2000块 ，OK，但是里面含的东西不一样。
含的利息多一点。
对，他先赚你利息。Okay? So you want to be a bank? Okay, let's move on. Alright, so fully amortized equal payment, okay? 每一个月都是一样 okay, until pay off. 但是里面含的本跟利息不一样 okay? 对。Alright, so the principal is the dollar amount of the loan, and then interest rate is the rent for using that money, okay? And promissory note is the IOU, okay? 这个是借款书，这个是本 principal, okay? Interest 是个利息 okay? A straight note is simply you're paying interest only, okay? 然后这是付利息 okay? 到期了你就还它本就好了 okay? Installment, again you have to pay back the principal, okay, at the end. And then fully amortized we'll talk about, okay. Okay, what is negotiable instrument? The dollar bill, right? A check. Your lease agreement, right? They're all negotiable instruments, okay? Is any financial document, promissory note, check, or other, that can be passed easily from one person to another if it meets certain requirements. Right? What requirements are those? Okay? 它有一些要求的 OK? 一个你可以代替钱这个系统 OK? It has to be unconditional promise. When you write a check for $1,000, you better have $1,000, or else you're doing fraud, right? 如果你没有1000块，你写1000块的支票，这是诈骗。Okay? It must be in writing. 你写出来的。Made by one person to another. Okay? 从一个人过户另外一个人的名称。Signed by the maker. Okay? 写支票的人他有签字。Okay? Payable on demand. 你拿支票去银行，银行必须要给你这个钱。For a set amount of money. Okay? It could be from 1 cent to $10 million. Okay? 都可以的。Okay?
Is a conditional promise and the payable on demand almost the same thing, right?
No.
No. The other one's just saying the money.
Unconditional promise, the funds are there, but payable on demand, I'll pay you in 10 years, right? But once you present it, they will pay you, okay? But reasonable time, right? Some banks hold your check for what? 2 business days, 5 business days, okay? Or 30 days. If it's out-of-state checks, they hold it for 15 business days, okay? Holder in due course, what does that mean? 这个名称呢，什么意思？One who has taken a negotiable instrument from another in good faith without knowledge of defect. Okay? So Brian, you gave me a tuition check, right? I know it's good money. So I'm the holder in due course. Okay? Eventually I'll get my money, right? 这是接受这种支票的人，他的名称叫 holder of due course. Okay? Okay. Let's learn about some different clauses. Okay. What is acceleration clause? Okay. Upon occurrence of a specific event, especially when the bank know that you transfer title. Okay. they will have the right to demand immediate payment of the entire note. OK， 银行可以回收所有的借款。OK， 他发现你把房子卖掉了，因为他没有这个抵押的东西了，明白吗 ？OK， 他可以要这个钱回来。Okay, alienation clause. What does that mean? Due on sale. If you sell it to someone, transfer title to someone, they also want their money back. Okay. 他发现你转让这个房子给别人的话 ，right？ 他的又收这个钱回来了 ，OK？ 就表示你卖了 ，OK？ Assumption: buying a property that is already encumbered and accepting responsibility with lender's consent. OK， 银行同意的话，你可以用别人的贷款 ，OK？ That's called assumption. Meaning is lean against.
Okay.
Yeah. Taking title subject to. Okay. That means the original borrower is still responsible for the loan, but the new buyer pays for the payment. Okay. 这个 subject to 这个意思是 OK， 以前借款者 OK， 他还负责任的 OK， 但是新的屋主他就付这个 payment 给这个银行 OK， 万一他不给这个钱的话 OK， 以前的借款者还是会负担这个债务 OK。 So to give example of the subject to OK， 怎么去利用它来赚钱呢 OK， Let's say family A, okay, they lost their job, blah, blah, blah. They're 2 months behind, okay? They don't want to get foreclosed or short sale, whatever, okay? They find a buyer B that will pay them, let's say, 20,000, okay? So they pay back what they owe, they have moving expenses, and they could rent another house. Okay, they give title, right? Title to B. Okay, B also pays the bank, the mortgage, subject to. Okay, so now B is the new owner, using whose loan? A's loan to pay the bank. Okay, A is out of the picture. Okay, A don't owe anything now. Okay, but A is still responsible for the loan. Okay, in the event that B does not pay the bank will always come back to A. Say, where's my money? Yeah. Okay, so this is buying a house using subject to. Okay, if you know how to do it, you can control a lot of property with a little bit of money. Okay. Oops, where am I? This is called subject to, okay? Subordination clauses allow future changes in priority of financial lien and property. Give example of this is that initially the loan for this house is only 200. Okay? Okay. Let's say 10 years go by, the house now is worth 600K. Just for example, okay? 他的房子已经买下来，贷款是20万 ，OK？ 他现在是60万。So they take out another loan, right? 300,000. Okay? This loan is larger than this loan, right?
Okay.
So they want this loan to become number 2, second loan. This is the first loan. Okay? This is called subordination clause. Okay? 他让的位置给比较大的金额的借款银行 ，OK， 这个叫 subordination clause。
改房子送给的时候也是可以 图第二次贷款吗？
对他在用另外的银行贷款嘛，不是换，加一个银行上去，他更多抽这个钱出来，这个额度比他以前大嘛 ，OK， 所以他排第一了 ，This is number one， This is number two， 同一个银行也可以 ，OK， 对，不同银行也可以 ，OK，It could be the same bank or it could be different bank, okay. They just have this loan is now second versus the first, right? Okay, prepayment penalties. Typically, when you pay off early, they penalize you because the bank claim they don't make enough money from you, right? Okay, typically under fine print, okay, some banks they say 4 months, some banks 6 months, okay, but apparently they say no prepayment penalty, but in the fine print they still have the 4 months and 6 months clause, okay, so you have to be careful. 有时候他讲你付清没有罚款 ，OK， 但是它里面内容呢，它必须要4个月还是6个月 ，OK， 你要付他这个 payment. It takes the bank minimum 4 months to break even, OK， 他要收你4个月的 payment， 然后他就平衡了 ，OK， 然后他要打广告啊等等 ，OK。Okay, impound accounts. There's a little secret that everybody don't know. If you let the bank impound your account for what? Taxes and insurance, right? On your rate, you get a 1/4 point off. 1/4%, okay? Many people don't know that, okay? Why do the bank want to give you a 1/4 point off to impound your account? Because of the 5-year, right? If you don't pay your taxes for 5 years, right? Adverse possession, right? The county will take over your house without paying the bank. So the bank will lose the money. Okay? So that's why the bank want you to have impound account. Make sure you pay your taxes so they don't lose the house. Okay? 银行是保护他自己的 ，OK， 因为你不付房地产税的话，5年之后，这个county政府会没收你的房子，所以呢，他保护自己的抵押房 ，OK， 他就让给你1/4点的利息 ，OK， 叫你去 impound， 就是新收这个税跟保险这个费用 ，OK， 他帮你去付。Okay, make sure you pay.
但是问题是能签那么久吗？
它是每一个月。If your tax is let's say 7,000， 看你这个税是7000块 ，so they divide by 12. Okay， 每个月他扣你600块多 ，Okay， each month they take $600 more. Okay, and then that half year they need to pay the tax. They pay the tax, right? They pay the 3,500 tax. Okay. Assignment of rents. Some loans, commercial loans, okay, 商业的贷款 they have a clause called assignment of rents. Just in case you don't pay them, they could take your rent away to pay the mortgage. That's what it means. Allows the lender upon default to take possession of the property, collect rent, and pay expenses. Okay, that's called assignment of rents. Okay, interest and types of loan. 我们看看有很多种这个贷款的 Okay, interest rate, the nominal interest rate is what's on the notes. Okay, 借款书里面都有这个 nominal interest rate. Effective interest rate is the rate borrower actual paying, including interest, points, and loan fees. So this is called APR, okay? Annual percentage rate. APR is usually larger or equal to nominal interest rate. Okay， 它永远是超过还是等于？如果等于的话是没有费用。Okay， so if it's equal, there's no cost, right? No points, no loan fees. Then it's equal. Okay. Fixed interest rate 固定的利息 ，okay， 不变的 ，okay， 30年的不变。For 30 years is fixed, okay. If it's, they say 4.5%, it never changes. 如果它涨14.5的话，30年的不变的 ，okay. Alright, amortized payment. OK， 这是刚才我们每个月的 payment 都是一样的 ，OK， 但是它里面的本跟利息有变化 ，OK，so equal payments, but the level of principal and interest fluctuate, OK, they inversely proportion. So here's the magic table, OK, this is at 7%. Okay, you look at a 30-year loan, okay, 30年的固定，7% 的利息 ，okay. So you borrow 100,000, okay, 你借10万块的话，大概是700块 ，so it equals roughly about $700, okay, over here. So safe to say that if I have 5%. Okay, at 100,000, my payment is roughly about $490, about $500. Okay, so you guys are gonna become genius, right? People ask you, what if I take out a $400,000 loan, okay, at 5%, right? How much is my P&I? You simply say, well, it's about $500 per 100,000, right? 500 times 4 is $2,000. Okay, your P&I will be $2,000 a month for this loan. You don't even need a calculator. Okay, 所以呢，你看，如果你借40万出来的话，你马上可以算出来。Okay， 10万块5% 大概500块。40万的话，你就乘4 ，OK， 2000块一个月 ，OK， 本跟利这2000块，马上可以算出来 ，OK。So what does this mean? That means is whatever the percentage, right, is 1% of this amount, okay.
Is there a formula to figure it out without?
Yeah, that's a formula. Yeah, you could use a spreadsheet, okay. For the payment, it's called PMT. Okay, and then you have to specify, the rate, the term, how long it is, etc. Okay, and it'll figure out the exact payment. Okay, but this is an approximation. Okay, for 5%, for 100,000, it's about 500. If it's 7%, it's 700. Okay. Currently, you could use 4.5%, 500. Okay. Alright, negative amortization. What is that? 这个是什么东西啊? Okay. So the interest rate charges are higher than the monthly payment. Okay. And then the interest that you don't pay, it adds to your principal. Okay. So for example, okay, 给你一个例子. You borrow 400,000. Okay, 你借40万. They say, oh, to help you out, okay, this is a 5% loan. Okay. Supposedly, we figure out it's $2,000 a month, right? Okay, 应该是2000块一个月. They say we're having a special, okay? You only pay 1%. 1% for for the first year. Okay, 第一年你只有给我1%. What happened to the other 4%? You say. Oh, they say, well, you have to pay us, right? So that 4% get added onto the 400,000. Okay. So what do you pay? First year, each month. Okay, you pay 1%.
400.
Yeah.
400
Divide by 5, right? So you pay $400 a month. Okay, for 1 year, right? So what happened to the $1,600 each month? Times 12, right? 12个月, right? So $1,600 times 12, okay? $19,200 will be added to your principal. Okay? So then the second year, right? Your principal is become 419,200. So what does that mean? You still have 5%, right?
I got a question.
Your payment will then be higher
Higher.
than 2,000.
银行的什么情况下它会这么？
吸引你去买房子 They give you a good introduction rate.
它会不会是因为你的个人资产比较高，还是信用比较高？
So 不会。So that's why back in 04, 05, 04, 05年, 06年, a lot of these 1%, 2% out there. Okay? Okay. They would say, okay, it's only 3%, right? So it's affordable, right? Even at 3%, you're talking about $1,200, right? It's affordable. And they say, oh, not even 1 year. I'll give you 3 years, okay? 3 years at $1,200. What happened in the 4th year? It's going to be more than 2,000, right? Like maybe 3,000, okay, or more. So they can afford it. So they foreclose the home. So that's why you have a lot of foreclosures, okay?
Also, what they would do is say, well, the house is going to be worth more, and you can refinance.
Exactly.
By the time you have this good record of payments, your credit score will go up, and it will cost you less to be reduced to a lower rate.
Yeah.
And that's how they document it.
Yep. So then they turn around and start suing the banks, right? So you didn't tell me, right? That's going to cost me that much more.
Well, they also told them a flexible rate. That's not based on a fixed rate.
Yeah.
They go as high as 5% on the first jump.
Yeah. So this is called negative amortization. Okay. The term negative means bad, right? Don't use it. Yes. Yes. Now you should use this negative amortization for investors only. If you're investors savvy, you use that 1%. Okay. 6 months you flip the house, right? Then you make it, right? But not for long term when you actually live there. Okay, don't use this. Okay, that's bad, no good. NG.
Only for flipping, that's it.
Yeah, you have to know how to use it. Okay, it's like I give you a gun, right? You can use it for bad,
Yeah.
or you can use it for good, right? If you know how to use it, or else you shoot yourself in the foot. Okay, adjustable rate mortgage. Okay, 浮动的利息. Okay, they typically fix it for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, or 10 years. Okay, the rate is fixed. After that, they go up and down according to the market. Okay, 它可以固定1年、3年、5年、7年、10年都可以。OK， 之后呢，它就浮动了。Okay. There are cases that happens, right? That it was 4% fixed for 3 years. After 3 years, it became 3.5. Okay, that happens. Okay. or 8%. Okay, special purpose loans. Okay, you have your graduate payment, it goes up each month, or the bi-weekly 26 months. Okay, 每2个礼拜你付一次。Okay, so that you could shorten your term. Okay, you have your 15 year. Okay, 15年的。So to figure the 15 years, right? I'll stop here because the time's up. Okay. So let's say your 30 years, right? $400,000 loan is at 2,000. Okay. So when this becomes 15 years, right? What is the payment for the same loan? Typically, you use 50% more. Okay, 50% of 2,000 is what? 1,000, right? So you add that. So this is 3,000. Okay, that's a rough estimation. Okay. 30年的2000块一个月 ，OK， 你变为15年的话，你就加50%上去 ，OK， 2000块一半的是1000块，所以你加1000块上去，变为3000块 ，OK， it's fixed, yeah.
Is that like is it based off of the
Yeah, whatever the market price is right now is around 4.25. Okay. Yeah. And then you have your reverse mortgage loans. Okay. And the answer is that 62 years old you qualify. Okay. One of the couples had to be 62 years old. Okay. To do reverse mortgage. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna stop here. And this is 32 slide. Okay. We're gonna continue next week with finance. Okay. Alright, so let's end class. Any questions on finance so far?
On the reverse mortgage, I know we stopped there, but is there a short version of that?
What do you mean short version?
Well, I'm saying, what do you actually have to do for the reverse mortgage?
Any senior with equity in the house, right? They would qualify. The bank will pay them rather than they pay the bank. Yeah, and then afterwards they either have to buy back the house from the bank, or they let the house sold to the bank.
Something like that.
Yeah, the bank will take it. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's what they call a reverse mortgage, right? Okay. And that reverse mortgage is getting more and more popular because why? There's more and more old people now, right? Okay, we're talking about 15-year fix versus 30 years fix, okay? Okay, so whatever a quick way to figure out the rate, okay? Let's say 30 years is $2,000, okay, per month. Okay, so that's P&I. Okay, 30年的固定贷款 ，OK， 比如说我们讲2000块一个月 ，OK， 你要付这个本跟利息 ，OK，and 所以呢，你改了15年之后 ，OK， 很简单那个方式 ，OK， 你就加50% 上去 ，OK， 大概的一算 ，OK。So it's very simple to convert to 15 years fixed, okay? All you need to do is add 50%, okay? So what's 50% of 2,000? Okay? 50%的2000是多少？1000嘛 right? So 50% of 2,000 is 1,000. Okay, please have a seat. So you add it to that, so it's equal to $3,000, okay? 1000加进去2000块就3000块 okay? So if you change from a 30-year fix to a 15-year fix, okay, you'll be a math genius, okay? You just say add 50% and that's your new payment, OK， 你30年改了15年的话 ，OK， 很简单，你就加50% 上去，就变为3000了 ，OK。It works for all calculations, OK. This is approximately, OK. Okay, so it's approximately 大概了 ，OK. So you learn something new to, handle your customers, OK. So 你客户问你的时候呢，你会懂 ，OK 这方面 ，OK. And getting more popular now is the reverse mortgage, okay. Instead of the homeowner paying the bank pays the homeowner for this reverse mortgage, okay. Everything's reverse, okay. 他返回来这种贷款的话 ，OK， 银行给借款者钱 ，OK， 每个月给他钱 ，OK， 什么都反过来 ，OK。最后的话 ，OK， 这个屋主又从银行把这个房子买回来 ，OK， 这个叫 reverse mortgage. Okay, at the end, yes. Where? Probate is when the homeowner is died. The death is a process of settling all of the finances. It's called probate. Okay, typically it's through the state. Okay. Yeah, whether you have a will or not, they still go through probate. Okay, the only way you could avoid it is you do a trust. Okay, the trust never dies. Okay, so you just change your trustee, etc. Okay, and then move on. Okay, so that's another topic on itself. Okay. 刚才他问这个 probate 什么意思？就是这个屋主 ，OK， 他死亡了 ，OK， 州政府又处理他们的财产 ，OK， 你只能通过一个家庭的信托 ，OK， 你就不需要通过这个 probate，OK。OK, discount points, loan fees and usury. OK， 我们看看那个点数、费用。高利贷等等 ，OK。So what is the discount point? OK， 这个点数怎么去利用它呢 ？The origination fee 1%, OK, is called 1 point. OK, the banks loves to make money up front. OK， 银行很喜欢在前面的赚你们的钱了 ，OK。他怎么去赚钱呢？你给他1点 ，OK。它减掉利息 ，OK， 1/4点 ，OK， of 1%， okay. So for every point that you put in, okay, they reduce a 1/4 point of the interest rate. For example, okay, you have a $400,000 loan. Okay, what's 1% of that? 1% 40万是多少 $4,000, right? Okay. Now, if you want a whole point off of the interest rate, let's say the interest rate is at 5 now, okay? 现在的利息他给你是5 okay? And then you give them 4 points, okay? You pay 4 points. 你给他4点 okay? What's 4 points? How much is 4 points? 4 points times $4,000, right? $16,000. Okay. You give the bank $16,000, the bank will reduce it to 4%. Okay. 它你的5% 的利息，它减到4%. Okay. 你省很多钱了。Okay. So how long does it take you to recuperate the 16,000? Okay. 你什么时候把这个钱就是消化掉了 ，OK， 就 break even. Anywhere from 6 to 8 years, depending on the interest rate, OK， 6到8年左右 ，OK。So you say I don't have money to put extra, right? 我没有这个16000啊，怎么办 ？So instead of taking 400, OK, take out 416 in the loan, OK。你多拿16000贷款里面 ，OK， 你就可以享受的 4%， 4点 ，OK， 这个利息 ，OK。So how much is going to extra because this portion is amortized 30 years, okay? 你这个16000 ，OK， 它分了30年 ，OK， 怎么长去还它？所以呢，这一边呢，大概因为你算的话 ，OK。Let's say 4% is $400, okay? $400 times 100,000, okay? So $400, but it's 16,000, okay? Divided by 100,000. Okay, 0.16 times 400. Only $64 a month, roughly, okay? 大概64块一个月，你多付出去，你就可以享受到这个 4%. Okay? So what you do after your 6 to 8 years? Okay? You will enjoy, right, for the next 22 years, right, at 4%. Okay? The last 22 years, right, everything is at 4%. Okay? So you bet against the bank, you play with the bank, and you win. That's it if you keep the house, right? And the bank bet you that you won't keep your house. They say that, okay, you retire, right? You need a bigger home, you need to downsize, etc. Okay? 银行就赌 ，OK， 你会6到8年之内会换房子 ，OK？ 很多人6到8年的换一栋房子 ，OK？ A lot of people change houses every 6 to 8 years, okay? So if you're staying put, okay? 你确定你在这边30年的话 then 付点数，把那个利息拉下来 ，okay? So pay down the points and stay there, okay, for 30 years. Then you win. The bank will lose at the end, and you win, right? If not, you start all over again, right? You get a new home, new mortgage, blah, 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 okay? The bank makes the money again, right? So, it depends on your situation, okay? 看看每个人的这个要求不一样了 okay? Okay, loan fees, okay, normally they charge you 1,500, 3,000, etc. Okay, this is the fees to do the loan. Okay, they have to pay the loan officer, loan processor, right, or the staff inside the bank, okay, to do the loan for you. Okay, 银行就 charge 这个用费了 ，OK， 做你这个贷款。Okay, usually is they define by law as 10% or higher, okay? But credit card companies, right? They go as high as 38%, okay? And it's legal, right? Credit cards, right? 信用卡它 charge 到38%, okay? 它合法的 ，OK？ 但是呢，高利贷呢就 definition, OK？ 就是你超过10% 都算高利贷 ，OK？ Okay, you have different security devices, okay, for financial instrument. In California, right, 在加州 we use trust deeds, first and second trust deeds, okay? What are trust deeds? Okay, 什么叫 trust deeds? Deeds is, as we know it, right, is title to a property, right? But in this meaning, right, trust deed is not a deed, it's a collateral, okay? 它不是一个产权证 ，OK？ 它是一个抵押书 ，okay? So, make a note of this, okay? On the test, they will test you. The following are deeds, except, okay? 他就会问你 ，OK？ 所有上面都是这个产权证，有一个不是 ，OK？ 其中一个不是就是 trust deed, okay? They would have another tricky one in there, okay? They would call it the trustee deed, okay? Now, trustee deed is a real deed for foreclosure. Okay, whoever buys a foreclosure, they will be hand over a trustee deed. Now, that is a deed. Okay, but when you just say trust without the EE, okay, it's not a deed. It's a collateral. Okay， 你们要记住 ，OK。拍卖屋的时候，你买到房子 ，OK， 他会给你一个产权证叫 trustee deed，OK， 这个就是产权证 ，OK。但是这个 trustee，OK， 没有意义的话，这不是产权证，它是一个抵押书。So everybody get that, right? That's 1 point on your test, okay? Okay, so when we look at this, how many people is in there? You have the beneficiary, okay, 受益人 ，okay, 叫 lender, okay, 银行这是受益人 ，okay. Trustor, who's the trustor? The borrower, okay, 这个屋主买房这个借款者叫 trustor. And the trustee, who's the trustee? The title holder. It could be a title company, it could be a regular company, it could be a lawyer, it could be a bank, okay? They just hold the title, okay? The title is not a true title, they call it a naked title, and they're just holding the trustee, okay? They're holding the collateral, a piece of paper, okay? 他就把这个抵押书 ，OK， 放在他手上。Okay, if needs to be, right, the entire foreclosure is 4 months or more. Okay, 4个月以上拍卖房子。Okay. Okay, 东部 East Coast, right? They do mortgages. They don't do trustees. Mortgages is also collateral. Okay, mortgages 是抵押，意思是抵押书。So on here, I think they have this wrong, okay? The one who's giving out a mortgage is called a mortgagor, okay? So this is the borrower, mortgagor, okay? Mortgagee is the lender, okay? So how do I remember that? 我怎么知道它这个是错的 ，okay? Mortgagor is with the O, okay? It goes with the borrower with a double O, okay? Double O, 2 O's. You see the 2 O's? With the borrower 2 O's, right? Mortgagor 这个字里面有2个 O, right? Borrower 里面也是2个 O, okay? 所以呢 mortgagor 是 borrower, okay? Mortgagee also, okay? Got 2 E's, okay? Lender have 2 E's, right? So you match them up, you never get it wrong, okay? So this slide, maybe they put it in there for purpose, right? On purpose, okay? So mortgager is the borrower, mortgagee is the lender, alright? Remember that, okay? That's another test question, okay? On the test, they don't say lender, they just say mortgager. I mean, mortgagee, okay? Okay, for them, it takes them 4 years, okay, to foreclose. 1 year redemption period, okay? Even after you foreclose them, they have 1 year after to come and get back the house, right? If they're lucky enough, they hit the lotto, right? They love the house, they could get it back from you, okay? 它有1年的回收 ，OK？ 所以 mortgage 这方面的话，就跟 trustee 拍卖不一样 ，OK？ 它比较慢。Okay, land contract is totally different concept. Okay, 这个地皮的协议他们讲 ，OK？ How to use it? You have to pay everything off, okay, to the last penny. Then title is transferred. Okay, 这个什么意思呢？你又付清之后，他就转这个 title 给你，这个产权证给你。OK， 你没有付清的话， 这个 title 还是别人的 ，OK。See here, deed only when paid in full. Okay, remember that. Okay, land contract. This used to be very popular. Okay, they don't use it anymore except for CalVet. Okay, California veteran loan. Okay, it's the California VA loan. They do that. Okay, they use the land contract because why? They use the state money, right? 他们用加州政府的钱 ，OK， 帮你买房子。你付清之后呢，他就转 title 给你。你没有付清的话，还是州政府的房产 ，OK。So just remember that CalVet loan, okay, California VA loan, they use land contract to do it, okay. Okay, any questions on trustee, mortgages, and land contract? Okay, very simple concepts, okay. So right here you have roughly about 3 questions, right, on the test that you must know, okay. Okay, so mortgages is here, right? It secures the property, it's a collateral for payment of a promissory note. Okay, we don't do that in California. No mortgages in California. Okay, 我们加州不用 mortgages. We use trustee. Okay, 我们用另外一个方式去抵押。Okay, 抵押书 trustee. Okay, parties to a mortgage. Okay, we talked about that earlier, right? Remember? Mortgager, whoever's borrowing, okay? And mortgagee is the lender, okay? 是银行 okay? Okay, power of sale clause. In your promissory note, okay, they allow the mortgagee, who's the mortgagee? Lender, right? 银行 to sell the property without court proceeding if mortgager is in default. Okay, so the borrower, right, don't have money to pay the bank. Okay, the bank uses power sell clause, okay, to sell the house and get the money back. Okay, 银行就是有这个权利，通过这个条件 ，OK， 去把它房子拍卖，然后收回这个钱。Okay, we do some comparison, okay, mortgages versus trustees, okay, 两个比较一下。How many people in the party? In a mortgage, there's only 2, right? 有两方。Who are they? Mortgagee, the lender, and the mortgager, right? Okay, trustee, we have 3. Who are the 3? The borrower is the trustor, right? 借款者是 trustor, okay? The bank, right? 银行是 beneficiary, okay? 受益人这是银行，为什么叫它受益人 ？OK， 最后你不付钱的话 ，OK， 他就没收你房子了，他会得到这个房子 ，OK。And number 3 is your trustee, okay, the one that holds the trust deed and be able to foreclose on you, okay。这个 trustee 呢，他有权利去拍卖你的房子 ，OK。如果你不付钱的话，银行会交代他，哎，他没有付我钱啊，你现在开始拍卖的房子。Now title, right? Talk about title, 产权的方面。Mortgage does not convey title, it creates a lien. Okay? 它就是没有把这个 title, OK, 转到另外一个人 ，OK， 这是一个纸张了 ，OK， 它这个做个抵押 ，creates a lien. Trustee titles convey to trustee, okay, in effect as a lien, ，OK 也是一种抵押了 ，OK。But remember, okay, a trust deed is not a deed. It's only an instrument stating that, this house is a collateral. Okay, 这个是抵押书，不是产权证。Okay. Okay, statute of limitation. Remember, we have 4 years for mortgage to start foreclosure. Trust deed, no time limit. Okay, but typically they give you 3 months. Okay. 大部分呢，他给你3个月的时间去补回来这个东西 ，OK。Okay, remedy for default. You got 1 year redemption, OK， 有1年的时间去赎房子回来 ，OK。Trustee only 4 months, OK. They only give you 4 months to pay back the bank and get your house back, OK。所以我们加州拍卖房子就比较快 ，OK。So it's a lot faster using trustees, okay. The state of Texas also use trustees, okay. They protect the owner more than they protect the banks, okay. Okay, trustees are preferred to mortgages, okay. 很多银行喜欢 trustee, right? Why? Fewer restriction for lenders, right? 没有这么多法律，不用通过法庭 ，OK。Short period of redemption, only 4 months, OK， 只有4个月给他赎房子回来。Immediate possession, OK， 马上房子就转到新的屋主了 ，OK。It wipes out completely trustor's interest, OK。So California law favors lender who use trustees. Okay, 加州政府就是用 trustee 来操作 ，OK。Alright, we talk a little bit more, right? Remember, trustor is the party borrowing the money, okay? 借款者叫 trustor. Okay, beneficiary. Again, trustor has an O in there. See the O? And borrower is O, okay? Beneficiary is E, and then lender is E, okay? Don't get confused on the trustee though, okay? Trustee is not the bank, okay? Even though it has 2 E's, okay? Trustee is someone to hold a trustee and do foreclosures, okay? So it goes like this, okay? Deed of trust or trustee creates a lien on a property, a collateral, okay, to secure repayment of a promissory note, IOU, right? 借款书里面带上一个 trustee 的抵押书 ，okay? So title goes from trustor to trustee, who holds title until paid, okay? That doesn't mean it's the real deed, okay? This is only a piece of paper. It's collateral, okay? 这个抵押书是 collateral only. Evidence of a collateral, okay? And then everything is paid off, and they give them a deed of reconveyance, okay? It's a receipt saying that, okay, everything is paid off, okay? Title returned from trustee to trustor, okay? This title, meaning this piece of paper, okay? This trustee. So that don't get confused, deed versus trustee, okay? Okay, so deed of reconveyance is a proof of payment in full. Okay. Now again, deed of reconveyance is not a deed. Okay, 它不是产权证。Okay， 它是一个收条。OK， 就是你全部的债务付清了。Okay, it's only a receipt. Okay. Okay, everybody clear on that, right? Okay, default and foreclosure of a trustee. Okay, 看看怎么去拍卖房子 using trustee. Borrower failure to make payment and report and properly repay the loan. Okay, you know most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Okay, 很多美国人他就是工资单到工资单 ，OK， 他们有存款的 ，OK， so they give them 3 months, right? Let's say it starts on here, okay? Let's say they lost their job today, okay? And in November, okay, November 1st, they don't have a payment, right? 没有工资了 right? 他失业嘛 okay? And then that's month number 1, right? So on the 15th, they get charged a late fee, right? That's the grace period on the 15th, right? 15号，他就你晚了 ，OK， 我罚你 ，OK， 罚金 ，OK。On the 30th, right? Then you have it on your record, okay? If you pass the 30th day, okay, next month's FICO will go down 500 points, okay? Very serious for mortgage late.
超过30天会有500个。
500点下来，
下家
对。So your 800 perfect score will go down to about 300. Okay, very serious because, and for 2 years you cannot do any refinancing. Okay, people don't want to touch you. You're on the blacklist. Okay, so don't ever go over 30 days. Okay, 15 days. Okay, it's okay. You pay a late fee. Okay, you must pay them before the 30th day. Okay. All right. Next month goes by. Right. December. Okay. So you have 60 days. Right. And then January. Right. 90 days. Okay. At this point in time, okay, they will issue what we call a notice of default. 90天之后呢，银行会宣布一个，你没有付我钱了 ，OK， 我开始拍卖你的房子 ，OK， this is called notice of default, and it's published in newspapers. At that point in time, okay, you have to shut down your phone because a lot of people will call you. Okay, you want to sell the house, blah blah blah. Okay, a lot of people will try to give you to refi, loan ma, blah blah blah. Okay, 很多人会打电话给你 ，OK， 骚扰你去，怂恿你去卖房子啊，重做贷款等等 ，OK。And then from this point on, okay, you have roughly about 4 months, okay, to pay everything back. Okay, 你有4个月从90天之后又还清 ，OK， 你欠银行的钱 ，OK。So you have to come up with 7 months of payment, okay. 你晚7个月嘛，因为最后一天还给他的话 ，right， 4个月加上这个 plus all the late fees, okay, all the late fees， 所有的罚金 ，okay, and other miscellaneous fees, okay, the lawyer's fee, etc., right? So at this point in time, if you have a $2,000 mortgage, right, he times it by 7 is 14 grand, right? So it pushes out to about 20 grand. Okay, 大概你欠银行2万块。Okay, 如果你 average 是2000块左右的。Okay, if it's $3,000 mortgage, it's even worse, right? 3 times 7, 21. Okay, so this cost you like 30 grand. Okay, 20 to 30 grand to get back on track. Okay, 把你的房子赎回来。Okay, and if you don't have a job, what are you gonna get? 20, 30 grand. Tough, very tough. Okay, 很难筹备2万到3万块。Okay. Okay, they talk about a grace period. Okay, so it's 15 days for grace period. Okay, and then you see the steps here. Okay, 3 months minimum reinstate period. Okay, so this is the 4 months that I talk about. Okay, and the last 5 days. Okay, 5 business days. This is the drop dead date. Okay, in real life. Okay. 真的的话 ，OK， 你有5个工作天之前有付清 ，OK， 你没有这个5个工作天，它停不了，它照样拍卖 ，OK。If you don't meet that 5-day deadline, right, the business day, they're still gonna foreclose you because they cannot stop it, okay. If you pay them off a day before that 5 days, they have it to, okay, we receive your funds, then they cancel everything, stop, okay? Okay, so that's what the entire foreclosure, okay? From start to finish, 7 months, 大概7个月左右, okay? So everybody understand that, right? Okay. Okay, what do they pay back to reinstate? All the payments, right? 所有的principal and interest. 连本带利这个 payment, okay? All the penalties that they charge you, late penalties, etc., right? Taxes, property taxes that you owe, okay? 房地产税, and of course interest, okay? 利息. Okay. Any other cost to the beneficiary, okay, documentation fees, lawyers' fees, okay, and all costs the fees owed to the trustee, 加上 trustee 的费用, okay. So that's why it's 20K to about 30K. This is for a $2,000 mortgage. This is for a $3,000 mortgage. Okay, roughly, okay, 大概这个数字 ，okay, 有还。Okay, notice of sale. Before that notice of sale date, they have to publish in the newspaper for 21 days. Okay, 他拍卖这一天之前21天，他有宣布在报纸登出来 ，OK， 有拍卖你的房子。Okay. Must be posted on property and in public place. It's just a simple notice, you know, piece of paper stating whatever the sale day is, and then just tape it to the outside of the building. Okay. 它就放了屋子外面 ，OK， 一张纸条 ，OK， 这样，这个房子某一天会被拍卖 ，OK。And then on that day, right, 拍卖这一天的话 okay, the buyer have to come in cash or cashier check in the whole amount, okay? And the beneficiary, the bank, okay, could bid up the debt without cash. Let's say they owe them 400,000, right? The bank could bid up themselves, right, to buy back at 400. If someone bids 405, okay, the bank has to come up with $5,000 cash, okay? 因为有人标上去 ，OK， 40.5万块 ，OK， 银行也需要有5000块的现金在他手上，但是如果他没有的话，他就卖给他了嘛 ，right？ 40.5万 sold, right? Because they got the money back, right? The 400,000. The bank doesn't want the house, right? 银行没有兴趣拿你的房子，他就会收回这个钱。Okay? Highest bidder is issue a trustee deed. Remember I told you about trustee with the 2E? This is the title deed. Okay? So new owner gets immediate possession. Okay? 新的屋主呢，马上可以享受他的新房子。No redemption because it's over. 4 months is over. Okay? 4个月已经过去了。OK? 他没有权利去赎这个房子回来。Any money in excess is awarded to the trustor. 一个多出来的钱，他就会给以前的屋主。OK? 譬如说他标到45万。OK? So they bid high all the way up to whatever. Let's say it only cost them 430 to finish everything. So the original owner will get 20K. That never happens. Okay? Rare. Okay? Typically, if no one bids on it, the bank takes it back. Okay? And if they do bid on it, probably 410, right? Minus everything, you don't have anything. You end up with 0. Okay? And what else does the owner lose? His down payment, right? Whatever down payment that he had or she had. Okay? 20%, 5%, 10%. Okay? That's why some of them, they don't care because they have 0 down, right? Way back then, they had 0 down. So they're not losing anything. They're just like renting the house, right? 因为他零头款的话，都表示他就是好像租房子一样。Okay? And they had all the tax deduction benefit before. Okay? Okay. For a court to do foreclosure is very rare. Okay? 一个通过法庭去做这个拍卖的话，很少。Okay? Sometimes it's called another way is deed in lieu of foreclosure. Okay? Sometimes the owner just goes to the bank. Here's my keys. Don't foreclose on me. Okay? Here's the keys. Okay? And then very popular now is the short sale. Okay? 2007 to 2010, they still have short sales now. Okay? When the lender will accept less than the amount owed on the debt if property is sold. Okay? So they took a hit. Okay? Let's say they owe them 400,000, right? The price now is only 350. Okay? So the bank say, okay, we approve. Okay? We take a $50,000 loss. Okay? But in reality, right, they're not losing anything. Okay? Because all those years, let's say 10 years, right, you pay them principal and interest. That's more than 50K that you paid to the bank already. Okay? So they're just saying on paper the numbers that we're losing 50K. Okay? But in reality, they preserve the principal. Okay? 很多时候银行你看起来它亏5万块，不是，它已经收了你的payment 了 ，OK， 10年之内就超过这个5万块了 ，OK， 啊？怎么投？对啊，首付啊，对啊，对啊，对啊，所以银行亏不了嘛 ，right？ So bank never loses money, okay? So don't feel sorry for the bank, okay? Okay, liens are not limited by foreclosure sales, okay? Some liens are not, okay? 有些呢它取不到的 ，okay? For example, federal income tax, right? 联邦政府的税 ，okay? 州政府的 city taxes, property taxes, mechanic lien, 人家帮你装修等等 ，right？ 你没有付他钱，他拍卖之后，他有给他一个有钱在里面的话 ，OK， 也可以拿到的 ，OK。 Okay, purchase money trust deed or mortgages. Okay. When you buy houses with the new money, okay, it's called purchase money. Okay. And then when you do refinancing, it's different. Okay, it's called refinance. Okay， 你是那个钱去买房子，不等于你重贷款那个钱。OK， 有时候你重贷款，你抽钱出来。OK，sometimes when you refinance, right, you take cash out. Okay, so that's different. Okay, deficiency judgment. Let's say, for example, your original is 400,000. Okay, and then your house went up to 600K, right? So you refinance it, right? You take cash out to 500,000, right? Okay. So the extra $100,000, right? They cannot wipe out. Okay. Let's say your house went back down to 400. Okay. And then you do a short sale, right? So this amount of money, the bank could chase after you. Okay. 它可以追求这个10万块 ，OK， 因为这不是原来买房子的40万 ，OK， so these are refinance, these are extra money that you get out from the equity. So the bank could chase you after this amount, okay, even they foreclose on you, okay. Okay, let's talk about second trust deed, okay, 第二贷款。Any loan on real property obtained after the first trust deed, OK， 这是第一贷款以后的，这是 junior lien, OK， 排第二，排第三，排第四 ，OK。Usually is a private party， 很多时候都是私人的 ，OK。Okay, we also have homeowner equity loans. Okay, these loans is typically 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. Okay, it's called HELOC, right? Home equity line of credit. Okay, that's what HELOC stands for. Okay. So what do you do with HELOCs, right? You remodel your kitchen, right? 你把你这个厨房装修， right? 加建等等 ，okay? Or you add a room, okay? Okay, holder of second trust deed. So sometimes the owner act as a lender, right? They say, okay, you don't have enough money, 50,000, you don't have enough, I give it to you, right? I don't take the 50,000, I'll take it in 5 years, in 10 years at whatever high percentage, right? 他给这个买主另外一个贷款 ，OK？ 他讲 OK， 我给你5年 ，right？ 每年你给我8% 等等 ，OK？ So they create second trust deed, okay? Yeah.
Sometimes, given the conditions of the house or the borrower, they're only going to pre-qualification is only for a certain amount.
Right.
And in order to actually keep the price right at market level, the seller can pay back the soft second.
Right.
To keep the price, but you're taking the risk on the top because it's the second position anyway.
Yes.
Third, fourth, fifth after taxes and everything.
Right.
So, but you give that person some terms on how they can be back, and you could be making 7 to almost 10% on that soft second.
Right.
Assuming the person can afford it, because the
Yes.
bank says they can't, you can afford the person, but it keeps them under their pre-qualification qualifications, they could buy a house.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on a property like that right now.
Right. Yeah, because they look at your total DTI, debt to income ratio,
Yeah.
and they could push that up to about 50%.
But you can put that so the payments are, you kick in the first, second, third year, or balloon in the third year.
Yeah, you typically you could do interest only, okay, to keep the payment low, interest only, okay. 你就收它的利息, okay. So this is basically what we have. We don't call it a second, right? We call it a personal loan. We have a FHA program right now, okay. We have investors from China, okay, or locally, okay. They will give this buyer, okay, up to $15,000, okay, for the down payment. Okay, let's say they buy a house for $400,000, okay. FHA only require 3.5%. okay, 他买个房子40万 ，FHA 这个贷款的话，它只有要求3.5% 的首付 ，okay. So that amounts to 14,000, okay. The only thing that we require is that they have income. Okay, 他有足够的收入。Income is roughly about 100K. Husband and wife. Okay. Number 2, we need FICO of 620. Okay. Some bank could do a 580. Okay. But we want to see 620. If we see 620, we could give them up to 15K. Okay, so they could buy the home. Now, if they have 500 FICO, we could only give out 5,000 to help them, because we have to spend roughly about 10,000 to do the loan, because they don't qualify. Okay, but if you pay the bank money, they will do it. Okay, so either way, we help them. Okay, up to $15,000 worth of down payment. Okay, we'll be launching this program in the Taco Festival, okay, in Riverside, October 21st. Okay, if you're there, you can see us. We're in a 10x10 booth. Okay, try to solicit buyers. Okay, for this FHA program. Okay, Casey, you're gonna be there, right? 21st, maybe. Okay. So we have this program going, and all of our agents is on board to do this program. It opens at 11. Yeah. It's iHeartRadio sponsored. Okay. So you could just go up to Google and Google where it is. Okay. Yeah, that's class. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go there afterwards. Yeah.
But I just want to add one last part. It's important because there's a thought that if you're the seller and you take back this note, you're going to make a little money. It's almost like retirement. And it kind of lowers the if you think that there's credit score, then on-time payments will go up. And maybe they'll refinance and cash you out.
Right, exactly. Or you could sell it all on the open market. Okay, and discount it. Let's say your note is 10 years at 8%, right? Someone will buy it at 5% or 3%, and you get your cash right back, right? So it's like cash, right? But they could stay there long term to collect the money. Okay. This is basically what we do anyway, right? We'll lend the $15,000 to the homeowner as a personal loan. Okay. 5-year term, right? At 10%. Okay. Interest only. Okay. So even if we compound it, okay, $15,000 times 1.1 times 1.1. Okay. In 5 years, they end up have to pay back total of 24,000. Okay. So you minus the original 15. Okay. Divided by 60 months. Okay. It costs them $153 a month. Okay, per month for this personal loan, which is affordable. Okay. So we calculate into the DTI. Okay. Debt to income ratio. Okay. 这5年10%，他一个月付出了153块。Okay. 就可以买到这个房子了。Okay. So this is very nice program for people who lacks that down payment. Okay. Okay, so this is second trustee. Okay. And then request for notice. If you're holding a second or third, right, you want to be noticed if they were to foreclose, right? So you know what's going on. But typically, if they do foreclose, they will offer the second and third trustee only 10%. If you lend them, let's say $100,000 for the second, okay, when it's foreclosed, they will negotiate only giving you $10,000 back. Okay, that's the risk. Okay, 所以第二贷款你借这个10万块出去的话，他真的拍卖的时候，他只有给你1万块。Okay. And then wraparound is using existing loan to do it. Okay, we won't talk about that. Okay. Okay, talk about land contracts. Okay. Low down payment usually required. Okay, 它有个很低的首付。Okay. Buyer may receive defective title. Okay， 有可能那个产权不清 ，OK 不清楚。Why？ 为什么？你又付清之后，他就转 title 给你 ，OK？ 你付清的时候可能10年、20年 ，right？ 你中途你不知道这个产权是谁的 ，OK？ So you have to finish all your payment before you get your title, right? By that time, you don't know who that property belongs to, okay? Actually, okay? So land contract is also known as real property sales contract, agreement of sale, agreement of purchase, installment sales contract, okay? 它有很多名称的 ，okay? 所以呢，你要记住 ，OK？ 这是 different terms. They all mean the same, land contract, okay? Not that common in California, okay? But I told you before, right? The California VA loan called CalVet, okay? They use this, okay, land contract for the VA loan, okay? 加州政府这个军营贷款的话，就是用这一类的协议 ，okay? Yeah. They also call contract of sale, agreement of sale, conditional. Why is it conditional? 它有条件的 ，right? 你付清，它就转 title 给你 ，okay? And then they also call the installment sales, okay? Okay, this is very simple. The seller is called a vendor, okay? And the buyer is called a vendee, okay? So you cannot use the O and the easy, okay? It's all messed up, okay? You just remember that, okay? Whoever's selling is vending, right? Vending machines, right? They sell things, right? So just remember that, okay? 这个单词 vendor 就是 vending 这是卖 ，OK， 这是卖主 ，OK。Okay, Truth in Lending Act is also called Regulation Z. So whenever you see Regulation Z, OK， 这个法律 Z，OK， 这个等于它一个法律，就是借款的这个法律。They have to tell the borrower how much he or she is paying for credit. Okay, how much the bank charge you to do this loan. Okay, 银行收你多少费用去做这个贷款。Okay， 它有宣布出来。Okay, so if they include everything, right, all the points, all the fees, right, they come out with a annual percentage rate, APR. Okay. So whenever you see Truth in Lending Act, right, they usually want you to know APR, what that stands for, okay? It's called annual percentage rate. It includes all the costs involved to do the loan, okay? 这个名称是一年的费用，但是呢，这个利息 ，OK， 含什么东西，什么的费用都含了在里面。Okay. So sometimes the IOU notes, right? 借款书里面讲是 5%. Okay, the note says 5%, but your APR is probably 5.21%. Okay. It's always okay greater than the note or equal to the note. Okay. 很多时候都超过这个利息 ，OK， 借款书的利息。What happened if it's equal？ 如果它一样的话 ，What does that mean？ 什么意思？如果它是等于一模一样的 ，APR is 5%， my IOU note is 5%. That means no cost involved, right? Cost free. OK， 这个银行不收你费用，这是一样的 ，OK。Okay, Regulation Z, Truth in Lending Act, requires a creditor to make the following important financial disclosure. 它要宣布给你 what do they do, okay? APR, all the finance charges, the amount financed, the loan amount, right? Total number of payments, okay? 30 years, right, is 360 payments, right? 一个30年的话，总共360个 payment, okay? Total sale price, right? Because that's the credit sale. Okay, the two most important items according to Regulation Z is the APR and the amount financed, meaning the loan amount. Okay, 你借款的额度加上了你的利息 ，OK， 全面的利息 ，OK， 包括费用等等的利息 ，OK。Okay, from this, okay, as a consumer, right, we know that we could compare apples to apples, right? 我们可以比较 ，okay. Why? Because Bank A, right, they charge you $1,000, right? Bank B, right, they charge you 2,000, right? And Bank C charge you 500, right? But the APR, right, includes all of these, right? So you just compare the APR from each of the bank and you pick the lowest one. So you have the lowest cost, okay? So that's why the government uses this to protect the consumer, okay? It's called a cost of credit, okay? It includes the finance charges, okay? The only thing it does not include, and it will be on the test, right? The credit report and the appraisal, okay? They don't include those in the APR, okay? APR 不包含你的信用报告加上估价费用 ，OK？ 这两个费用不算了在里面。 It's in there. Okay, point is inside. Okay. Advertising terms may require additional disclosure. Okay. Anytime you mention any number, okay. For example, if you mention 3%, you have to disclose everything. Okay. You mention, 240 payment. Okay, it's a 20-year term, right? You have to disclose everything. Okay. 你有一个数目字宣布出来你的广告的话，你所有的条件就说出来。Okay. You see over here, right? Any one of the following terms, then the ad must disclose other credit terms. Okay. Percentage, right? Number of payment, amount of payment, and amount of finance charge. Everything have to disclose. Okay. If you mention any one of them, okay. You could say in the ad, right? Low interest rate. Okay. And you could say low down payment. Okay. And then you say reasonable monthly payment. No numbers, right? The moment you say $2,000 per month, right? You have to tell them everything else. Okay, that's the rule, right? 这个规矩就是 ，OK， 你有一个数字 ，OK， 你所有另外的数字又宣布出来 ，OK。Yeah, affordable. Yeah, low interest rate. Okay. The average payment or affordable payment, right? But as long as you put something in the borrower's mind, you cannot say, payment same as your rental, right? Payment. Okay. You cannot say that because the moment you say that is, oh, my payment is $2,000, right? Okay. Then the number will kick in. Okay. That will trigger all these other terms too. Okay. So as long as you don't compare, you just say is low, is average, okay, then you're not in trouble, okay? You don't mention any numbers. Okay, right to cancel typically is 3 days. It used to be you sign first, right? You sign and then you wait 3 days. Okay. Now it's the opposite. Okay. You wait 3 days, you look at the document for 3 days, then you sign. Okay. 以前呢，你先签名，你要等3天 ，OK。现在呢，反过来了，你先等3天，然后你签字。So, yes.
Does that become first position offer because you're pending? In other words, it's like legal right of first offer. Because if you made an offer to the seller and they've accepted, but you're waiting 3 days, does the realtor keep taking offers?
No, this is for doing the loans.
For the loans.
Yeah, loans only. Yeah, not the buy-sell contract. Yeah. This only happens if it's like a timeshare. Okay, you have right to cancel within 3 days. Okay. And then, of course, we got the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, okay? ECOA, okay? That's basically discrimination against race, sex, color, religion, national origin, age, and marital status, okay? 这个法律呢是保护你 ，OK？ 就是银行不可以歧视你 ，OK？ 不管你是人种、性、颜色 ，OK？ 宗教，你从哪里来的，年龄。跟你结婚没结婚没关系 ，OK。 Okay. This all also protect you against marriage and divorce, right? Alimony, child support, birth control, childbearing, etc. Okay. So the bank cannot discriminate if you say, "Oh, okay, how many kids do you have? I have 8 kids," right? They cannot discriminate you against that. Okay.
Therefore, you don't have to disclose, so it's like information you can say, I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, you could not disclose it. Yeah. But the bank don't usually use this, right? They just use how much you make, right? Your income. Yeah, they ask you, but the bank don't use that against you, right? Income and FICO is the most important. FICO mean is number one, right? Income number two. Okay, soldiers and sailors, they have some laws to help them out, to protect them, okay, but not much. Okay. 军人啊等等啦，它有一个补助了。Okay, so chapter 8, let's review what we have. Okay, the term hypothecate, you have to know. Okay, they will test you on the exam. Okay, hypothecate is better known as put up your house to get a loan. Okay, 抵押你的房子来做贷款，这是个意思。Okay, promissory note, you have many types: straight, interest only, installment with balloon, fully amortized, that's equal payments. Okay, and then it's fully negotiable. Okay, holder of due cost. If someone give you a check, okay, as good as cash, right? You're the holder of that check. It's called you're the holder in due cost. Eventually, you get your money. Okay. Other terms in the promissory note, okay, 其他的条件在这个借款书里面 ，acceleration clause, alienation clause, subordination, and prepayment penalties. Okay. 银行可以抓出收你的钱 ，OK， 叫你去还钱。因为你卖房子，它也是要你付钱，等等。Okay, interest 历史 you have simple interest, nominal, and effective. Okay, simple interest is not compound interest, right? It is charged you by the year. Okay, 5% is 5%. Okay, it's not compounded. Nominal is what's on your notes. Okay, 借款书里面这是叫 nominal rate. Effective rate is your APR, right? It includes all the other costs. Okay, 你含那个用费在里面，这是 effective rate. Okay, you have fixed rate, interest rate, or adjustable rate mortgage. Okay. Points, you know, is to reduce, right, your interest. Okay, bring it down. Usually is what, 10% or higher, right? You have your mortgage, trust deed, and land contract. Who's the mortgager? Borrower. Oh, right? Okay. Who's the beneficiary in a trust deed? Okay, 2 E's, right? Who's the buyer in a land contract? What's the name? Vendee. Correct. Good. You're all gonna pass the test. Okay, trust deeds. You have your trustor, beneficiary, and trustee. Okay. And for a foreclosure, okay, remember 3 months 4 months, and then foreclose, right? Total 7 months. 7个月就拍卖的房子了 ，OK。Your junior lien is your second and third, etc. OK。那第二、第三、第四贷款等等。Okay, land contract. We test you on that. Vendee is the buyer. Vendor is the seller. Just remember, truth in lending is regulation Z. They're looking for APR and the loan amount, right? The loan amount, okay? Right to rescind is 3 days for a loan, okay? And then you have the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, and then some assistance to